Welcome back to Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator. I'm BurningDogFace, and last time we finished off the Rogaldorn battle tank, and now we're staring right in the face of an Imperial Knight Paladin job, which has popped up. Before I get in there, shout out to Justin Jones, who says, I wouldn't mind if you decided to play some games set in the Warhammer 40k universe. The only risk you face is that I would be unable to help posting long and nonsensical comments about the lore. I've never understood why certain elements of the fandom get so worked up about the name change from Imperial Guard to Astra Militarum. If anything, it helps set the universe apart as its own thing. What I was told is that both names are appropriate and applicable because what was it? The Imperium speaks two languages. The commoners speak Low Gothic, which is English, and the nobility speak High Gothic, which is Pidgin Latin, basically. So my understanding was that Imperial Guard was what most people called them, but their official designation in High Gothic was Astra Militarum. There's a bunch of things like that in the Imperium. The Mechanicus themselves are just called the Machine Cult, I think, by most people. I might be wrong about that. Ones I'm more confident of is that the Space Marines are actually the Adeptus Astartes, and the Sisters of Battle are actually the Adeptus Sororitas. I thought, it was both names at the same time. I might be wrong about that. Yes. Cadia protects one of the few stable warp routes out of the Eye of Terror. The Eye of Terror is what happened after the fall of the Eldar to Slanesh. As a side note, Sorry, I suck at Roman numerals and needed a moment to work out that this is 17th Word-Bearers Legion were the ones that first discovered Cadia and performed initial surveys of the Eye of Terror. Oh dear. As I understand it, Melta technology is like a high-powered microwave, and it does to armor what its name suggests. My first Horus Heresy Age of Darkness game was against a buddy of mine who didn't understand why it was such a bad idea, a terrible idea even, to park his only Leman Russ battle tank in front of my Legion support squad, armed with Melta guns. He was absolutely floored, and I blew the damn thing up in my next shooting phase. There are commissars out there that are not trigger-happy. The most famous, I'd argue, is Ibram Gaunt. Just as an aside, I want to say to anyone that doesn't know that Games Workshop, the owners of the Warhammer 40k IP, are a terrible company. They are never the victims in any legal dispute they have with us, the community, and are always the victimizers. They deserve every bit of the contempt, derision, scorn, and opprobrium they receive on a daily basis. That's a great use of that word. We put up with their bullshit because they do own the IP to the game universe we love so much. Of course, Wizards of the Coast and their corporate overlords at Hasbro are trying their damnedest to dethrone Games Workshop. I have heard of some of the questionable decisions they've been making with Dungeons & Dragons. I was aware of that, unfortunately, given that, I learned most of what I know about, 40k through hearing about something on if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device, and then looking up how it actually happened in the, wikis and stuff. So I am very, very aware of that unfortunate tendency of Games Workshop, because the text-to-speech series ended in the middle of a storyline because they threatened serious legal action against the guy making it, even though it was for non-profit. That really sucks. But I'm babbling anyway, and we got an Imperial Knight to clean. Megos Pertinax Pius, Forge Temple, Ring of Iron, Mars. Chant of the Electromancer initiated. Task. Your next mission, Enginseer, is the Ritual of Blessing for an Imperial Knight Paladin of House Hawkshroud. I don't know as much about the Imperial Knights. Withdrawn from meritorious duty, combating, redacted, proof pending, amongst the fetid chem swamps of the planet, redacted, classified. They have traversed the galaxy to spearhead the frontal assault on, withheld, strategic Aestimare B785. Description, redacted, excessive verbosity. This honorable Knight Paladin is an elite unit of prodigious power. I feel I should point out excessive verbosity, in case you're not familiar with that word. Means he was talking too much. He used too many words to say something that could have been said with fewer. Yeah, it's an elite unit of prodigious power. prodigious power. Their importance to the battle ahead cannot be overstated. It is imperative that their machine spirit is purified and galvanized. Enginseer Tyro 656 will be closely monitoring your work. It is time to prove that you are worthy of your title. Praise the Omnissiah. Praise the Omnissiah. Oh, good. It's only about 25 feet tall. Redacted residue, mud splats, algae. The algae is purple, I feel I should note. Or is that just the residue? That might be the residue. Boy, you're enormous. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be one of the ones that can level cities, but, you know, that by yourself, that could take, you know, well, the rest of your life. Oh, yes, sorry. So that list of prayers for the Mechanicus, one of them seems really appropriate here. Oh, to stride with giants into the crucible of war. Blessed is he who guides this blessed machine. Trusted is he who carries the sacred wafer. Its holy writ brings salvation and destruction. The word of the Omnissiah that brings all dooms. That was the cant mantra of the Datasmith Prioris. Okay, maybe I'll start from the bottom. Start with this Titanic Toe. Great name. Oh, it's Tyro 656. Observation. I see that whilst I cleanse manufactorum containers, you have again been blessed by the machine god. Still, at least now you have the title worthy of the duty. Oh dear, he's still jealous, isn't he? The rites of initiation for a night such as this are a fascination. Are you familiar with the necessary rituals, Enginseer? Titanic Toe cleaned. That's one. Oh, God. I wonder what color this banner really is. Tabard, sorry. Let's find out. Let's have that going, since that'll probably... Well, you know, this isn't a person, but there are machine spirits in there, so that'll make them feel better. Oh, it's yellow. I never would have guessed that. We've got here for iconography. Hawkshroud. It's a nice coat of arms, a couple of birds, some spears sticking out the top. And we've got what appear to be a targeting indicator, a sun, a bullet, some horns. I don't know what these black patches here are. There's a skull, no, not a skull and bones. It's just crossbones in the middle underneath a lightning bolt and a black chest plate with a white fist on it. Huh. I bet that actually means something really important, and I don't know what it is. Oh, right. Yeah. Pure white on the back. Oh, it's actually got sides. That's funny. where that would... Oh. Is it on these chains? No, those are Tabard chains. Those are different. Oh boy, I am going to need hella ladders here. Actually, no, I don't think I need that for this. Where is my ladder? Right, there's that. I've got the scaffolding, I've got the step stool. Where is my ladder? Hello? Hawkshroud is a great name. I don't know anything about the houses of Imperial Knights other than this vague idea that they're sort of treated like medieval royal, noble houses. Like they're families and being a knight pilot runs in the family or something. What is that? Battle cannon barrel. Battle kettle breech, battle kettle ammo loader, battle cannon body. This thing is about 12 feet long? Maybe longer. Fucking Mechanicus sigil in the back, because of course it is. This thing is so complicated. What's the pelvis plate? I don't need to watch that. Although, to be perfectly honest, when I glanced up in the corner the first time, I did read that as penis plate. I won't lie. So it's really unfortunate positioning for that. Man, I wish I could zoom when it's early on like this. Fine, fine, the tabard will sort itself out. Continuing this work on this foot. Oh, there was a really quick one in here. What was that? Huh. I thought I heard the sound of this thing shifting. Oh no. You know, you don't want to, well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near this thing if it suddenly came to life, is all I'm saying. Shout out to Mark Hartshorn, who says, "The white scars have no dreadnoughts, because they see that as a punishment. As for chaos dreadnoughts, they are basically berserkers. The machines interred literally have to be chained in place." And, I can't remember who said it, but someone else suggested that the main difference is that chaos dreadnoughts are not put to sleep in between, like, conflicts. So they're just alive for centuries, stuck in a box, unable to touch anyone or do anything. So they just go completely insane. Yay. And I guess that makes sense. Before they got shut down, Text-to-Speech did a special, like a weird little podcast audio show, where they were going over the information about the White Scars Space Marine chapter. And I thought it was really funny that the primary motivation of that particular chapter seems to be that they like to go fast. Like jet bikes are their signature vehicles. You know, they'll just ride into battle with a literal spear in one hand and the other on the controls and just pick up a dude as they go by. High-speed ambush tactics are kind of their thing in every conflict they get involved in. So I can totally understand why they wouldn't use dreadnoughts. When I looked into that, apparently they don't even like using Terminator Armor, which is, well, Terminator Armor is to regular Space Marine armor what regular Space Marine armor is to Kevlar, as I understand it. Like, Space Marine armor is kind of iffy. Terminator armor is 100% power armor. You're basically unstoppable in this stuff, but you are very slow and stompy. Although I did do a search because I was curious, and of course a shitload of players have gone ahead and customized dreadnoughts in White Scar's colors anyway, but, you know, that's to be expected. The players can do whatever the fuck they want. In fact, one of the things I did like, one of the decisions that Games Workshop made at some point was, there are 2 Primarchs we don't know anything about, not even their names. We know the numbers of the legions they were attached to, you know, since... What was it, there were like 20 Primarchs? I can't quite remember. And they all had a specific numbered legion associated with them. And, 2 of them, just 2 of them, were already completely unknown by the time of the Horus Heresy. Nepoline plate cleaned. What the hell is a Nepoline? Actually, my character probably knows. But the reason the Lost Primarchs exist at all is so that players can just invent their own Space Marine or Chaos Space Marine chapters and say that one of the Lost Primarchs is their, like, gene father. You can just make something up. Like, that's the entire purpose. It's 2 of them, because one of them is ostensibly a loyalist, you know, for regular Space Marine chapters, and the other one is ostensibly fallen. We don't even know which one is which. Look how fucking complicated this thing is. Imagine having to paint this. Not to mention that the model probably costs, like, a mortgage? What is that? Oh, shit. It's a chainsword. And it's the size of my entire body. Reaper chainsword blade. Why is it covered in algae and not, you know, gore? Well, maybe it was fighting algae. Or, like, a, you know, one of those bottom-feeding algae eaters. There. Lower leg primary piston cable cleaned. Oh, yeah. Aha! Got you, you little fuck. Actually, what the fuck was a knight fighting that got it this covered in crap? I thought the whole thing was if a knight gets within melee range, it wins. Against anything that isn't bigger than it is. On a side note, if I remember correctly, the orc equivalent of this level of knight is called a killa can, because it's cylindrical. Just with murder arms attached to the sides and tank treads. Oh yes, killa and can, both starting with K. I wonder if the delay after announcing was working out an agreement by which they wouldn't put any blood in the game. Yeah, let's just clean off the teeth of the chainsword. Just because it's cool. Cutting chain, nice. It should probably be way easier to... Oh yeah, probably way easier to get that in the middle with the scaffolding. Oh, this one's taller than usual. I like that. Damn. What is this, like 4 stories tall? I can see my house from here now. Oh. Well above the guy at this point. Hooah! Ordinarily, this would be a really stupid place to stand. What is that? Oh! It's an actual, like, ladder. Cockpit handle. Okay. Oh, yeah, duh, that's why. Right, yeah. I kind of forgot what it was actually supposed to look like for a second there. Oh yeah, it's not supposed to be like a mottled, leathery green. Carbon deposits. Helm. Head. Oh. Oh, it's like literally. Alright. Toesies all cleaned up. I don't know why I thought that the Tabard was going to brush out of the way like it had cloth physics. I can't even crawl under it, man. Right. In the middle foot? No. There. I didn't get all of the lower leg, though. Oh, right. I can't rotate around this way, and even if I could, this would be in the way. Great. Suggest they take it apart first, but the problem with making suggestions in the Mechanicus is that if you say the wrong thing, they will just kill you. That might not be the nicest impulse humans have, but unfortunately sadism isn't an emotion. good news is, I have cleaned off all 8 toes. I'm sorry, Titanic toes. Although not both Titanic feet. Oh, yeah. I don't know how that worked the first time. Oh, this up here is also part of the foot. Great. There we go. All 8 toes in both feet. Excellent! As long as I hold the camera right here, the knight looks fine. Great. Ah, boy. I'm BurningDogFace. And I'll see you on the next episode of Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator, when we continue diligently working at this glorious Imperial warrior so that he can get back out there and carry out the Omnissiah's will. Until next time, later.